EFF leader Julius Malema is currently in a closed session with representatives from the Royal House ahead of a meeting with AmaZulu King Misuzulu Buthelezi. Malema is expected to introduce his party's top brass to the king. The EFF's visit comes hot on the heels of one by IFP officials. Newzroom Africa's Ntando Mnyandu is in Ulundi this afternoon for us. And Ntando, you standing by to tell us more so historically in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the relationship between traditional leadership and politics.
Well, Tutuzile, as you correctly put it, there is a good relations between traditional leaders, the reigning king, and political leaders, as all of them serve, the nation, as all of them are for the people or the subjects that they are leading. Well, what we've seen in recent weeks is that political parties have been taking turns to come, and greet His Majesty the King Misuzulu Buthelezi, whose arrival is very imminent from now. As you can see, if I would ask my colleague Lungelo Zungu to show you, there's quite a number of people who are standing outside queuing just to welcome the king as he makes his way here, where he will be meeting in a closed meeting with the leader of the EFF, Mr. Julius Malema. So this meeting is aimed at harnessing and strengthening the already existing relations between the king and leaders of various political parties in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. You would know that the province is marked by political killings. In recent times, we've seen a rising number of traditional leaders, being killed, with King Sibonelo Khumalo from Utrecht, who was, ambushed by unknown assailants, and he was killed, which raises concerns ahead of the elections of the number of political leaders and traditional leaders who are being killed in the province. Now, working together between political parties and traditional leaders is seen as a step towards the right direction in ensuring that there is peace, there is harmony, and also there is a good synergy between traditional leadership and political leadership here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Right now, we are seeing the leader of EFF, as I make my way out of the shot, Julius Malema, making his way to go and greet the king, as my colleague Lungelo tries to give you a good picture of His Majesty King Misuzulu Buthelezi as he walks out of his motorcade, to come and meet the delegation from the EFF. As you can hear, Amabuto, reciting, greetings to the king, as he walks with, and meets Julius Malema, who's in company of the General Secretary of the party, Marshal Dlamini, the Deputy Commander-in-Chief, Floyd Shibambu, and other, prominent EFF leaders, as they now make their way into the old KwaZulu-Natal legislature ahead of this closed session meeting, which is aimed solely, according to the Secretary General of the EFF, which is aimed solely at introducing the entire leadership of economic freedom fighters. We asked if this was, taking, advantage of the fact that the king enjoys a lot of following, ahead of the elections. But the party said, okay, no, they are only here to announce themselves. But as the host of the old KwaZulu-Natal legislature, which is under the Zululand District Municipality, I'm now joined by the mayor of Zululand, Baba Thulasizwe Buthelezi. Baba Thulasizwe, the working relationship between EFF and the IFP has always been seesawing, for a lack of a better word. What is the current status of the IFP and the EFF in Zululand District Municipality?
Well, I think today is an important day where His Majesty the King of the Zulu Nation is meeting the leadership of the EFF, and it's historic because it takes place in Ulundi. It takes place in the Ulundi Parliament, which in 2024 many political parties across the spectrum have pledged that this parliament will be restored when the ANC is removed from power in Pietermaritzburg. So for Mr. Malema and his delegation to come to Ulundi to pay homage to the King is really a milestone, and it shows the level of political maturity that you have across the length and breadth. So we are here accompanying the King at his request as local leaders, but also to ensure that South African political parties across the length and breadth see the historical significance of Ulundi as the capital of KwaZulu-Natal.
One cannot talk about KwaZulu-Natal without touching on thorny subjects like political killings, thorny subjects like the killing of Amakhosi, with the latest being the Chief Duduzile Mchunu from the Alfred Duma municipality, who was ambushed and killed. There has been a rising trend in those killings. As political leaders, what are you doing to ensure that that is put out once and for all?
Well, the government has failed to keep our traditional leaders safe. We have made this call time and again to say Amakhosi must be protected, but week after week we see Amakhosi being assassinated, yet you have a Department of Cogta who is supposed to be looking after Amakhosi. And it's really one of the key issues which troubles the King and which is troubling Amakhosi across the kingdom of KwaZulu-Natal.
Finally, the IFP has pronounced that come after elections next year, the legislature will be moved from Pietermaritzburg to here in Ulundi. Are you planning to work in coalition with the EFF in doing that?
Well, the IFP is open to working with everybody. They have said that everyone who is aligned with the values of service delivery, of keeping our communities safe. And today, as the EFF is here in the IFP-led Zululand district, we welcome them with open arms, and we hope that going forward, we will be able to work together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that is the host mayor of Zululand District Municipality, Mr. Thulasizwe Buthelezi, saying that as the IFP, they are open to working with any political party that seeks to advance the interests of the people in the name of service delivery. So currently, the EFF leader is behind closed doors with the current reigning king of the Zulu Nation, His Majesty Misuzulu. We will keep you updated of the outcomes of this meeting, but what we were told is that they're only here to announce themselves, to introduce themselves to the king ahead of next year's elections, as they'll be hitting the ground running, saying that they don't want the king to be shocked if they see red t-shirts, walking around the street trying to garner support. With that, it's back to you in studio.
Ntando Mnyandu, thank you very much for that report. Let's tell you about the water and